Many of you by now know that the UK are jailing people for social media posts, that 30 people a day are investigated for things they've put on social media. One person who's been jailed is Lucy Connolly, who posted an incendiary and, let's face it, unpleasant post in the wake of the murder of 3 children in Southport, which was a deep and grievous scar on the heart of the UK that Keir Starmer handled clumsily and badly, claiming that far-right agitators were somehow to blame for the sentiment in the country afterwards.
Those whipping up this action online and then running away themselves.
Rather than the deep grief felt by ordinary people about this terrible death. Nevertheless, Lucy Connolly is in jail now. Does anyone seriously think that this mother of 2 is a threat to society who should be in prison? Let me know what you think in the comments and chat. Charlie Kirk, the admittedly and obviously conservative, Christian, right-wing commentator, went to the UK and had this to say on GB News. My personal belief is they use these laws that they claim are there to protect us in order to control us. Let me know what you think in the comments and chat. Let me know if you, in good faith, think that your government and systems of law enforcement work for you or for something a little more nefarious. Let's get into it.
She's had her appeal denied, so she's going to be carrying out her 2.5-year sentence for solitary tweets.
So outrageous.
Which she deleted 4 hours later. What's your take on the whole situation?
Well, I'm going to try to get the U.S. State Department involved. I don't know if what their bandwidth is here, but I'm sorry. Again, I'm speaking as a citizen, not as a U.S. government. I just want to be very clear. Is this a way that a liberal democracy and an ally of the United States acts? Just to be clear, what she said would not be any prison time in America. I don't like what she said, but she showed contrition. Well, there's 2 parts. The first part where she said, I don't want immigrants in my country. Perfectly acceptable. That's fine. You can say that. You're allowed to have that. I think there was one part about potentially violent whatever.
Well, she said, let me clarify what she said.
Yeah, I want to be clear.
So I think by the time she sent the tweets, some asylum hotels were in the midst of being burnt down or their Molotovs thrown through a window. She tweeted, "Burn them down for all I care."
You're allowed to say that in America.
So the argument is, was she inciting violence there? Or was she reacting to the images she was seeing?
You could, and by the way, just to be clear, you guys have the wrong incitement threshold. In America, you need to have specific time and specific place in order to reach the incitement threshold. Every day people say, someone should go kill Charlie Kirk. I don't like it. But that's protected speech. In America, we care about what you do, not about what you say. And then she showed contrition and she apologized. And from my understanding, when the police force showed up to her door, they asked her questions being do you hate immigrants? No. She gave very satisfactory answers and they still arrested her. And I just find it so outrageous that she's going to now jail for 2.5 years for a deleted social media post that she apologized for. As you guys have birthed free speech to the world, you now guys are becoming a totalitarian country.
Do you agree with Charlie Kirk that the UK is becoming a totalitarian country? Certainly there are significant indicators that control is being amplified to an uncomfortable degree in order apparently to protect us. But just remember the pandemic period where we had to be controlled in order to protect us. Looking back, do you feel that the British government did a good job of protecting its citizenry? Do you feel there's been sufficient and significant inquiry into what happened during the pandemic period? Do you think it's appropriate that Rishi Sunak, prior to becoming Chancellor of the Exchequer, invested in Moderna when they had just 10 employees, and subsequently, since becoming Chancellor and then Prime Minister of the UK, did various deals with them during the pandemic, and ultimately deals that go on to this day where Moderna are working on mRNA technology and vaccines in the UK, and you are funding it right now. Do you think that's right? Do you trust them? Is that how you want your taxes spent? Let me know in the comments and chat. The UK seems to be beset with conflagration, conflict and doubt. Free speech in the UK is in so much trouble that there's American intervention everywhere you look. Charlie Kirk turning up on GB News. JD Vance has on several occasions confronted Keir Starmer, as well as giving over a whole speech in Munich to his deep concerns about how free speech in Europe is being eroded and shut down by manipulating social media companies into controlling social media content, usually in the favour of the agenda of institutions of government and governance, whether that's the EU, the UN, NATO, the WHO. If JD Vance and Charlie Kirk are concerned about free speech in the UK, aren't you, fellow English people?
And perhaps most concerningly, I look to our very dear friends, the United Kingdom, where the backslide away from conscience rights has placed the basic liberties of religious Britons in particular in the crosshairs. A little over 2 years ago, the British government charged Adam Smith Connor, a 51-year-old physiotherapist and an Army veteran, with the heinous crime of standing 50 meters from an abortion clinic and silently praying for 3 minutes. not obstructing anyone, not interacting with anyone, just silently praying on his own. And after British law enforcement spotted him and demanded to know what he was praying for, Adam replied simply, it was on behalf of the unborn son he and his former girlfriend had aborted years before. Now, the officers were not moved. Adam was found guilty of breaking the government's new buffer zones law, which criminalizes silent prayer and other actions that could influence a person's decision within 200 meters of an abortion facility. He was sentenced to pay thousands of pounds in legal costs to the prosecution. Now, I wish I could say that this was a fluke, a one-off crazy example of a badly written law being enacted against a single person. But no, this last October, just a few months ago, the Scottish government began distributing letters to citizens whose houses lay within so-called safe access zones, warning them that even private prayer within their own homes may amount to breaking the law. Naturally, the government urged readers to report any fellow citizens suspected guilty of thought crime. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat.
So, if Americans have to get involved in our free speech, is it time for the UK to address this problem at depth and acknowledge that our political systems, our ideas about free speech, about authority, about what liberty actually means, are in need of radical redress, and that there's a requirement for real political change, new alliances, new media, a radical review of the way that we conduct politics, media, and even justice in the UK? It seems that it is. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments and the chat. Remember, we're back on Monday, the 9th of June with an all-new show. See you then on Rumble and Rumble Premium. In the meantime, if you can, stay free. Free speech is under attack. Mine particularly, yours and everybody's. We have to fight back. And how are we going to fight back? Rumble. You get Rumble Premium, you don't only get great content creators like old Rusty Brandstein, AIPAC supported Zionist. You also get Mustafa Brandishahad. He loves Islam. Also, you get old Russ. He loves Trump. And then you get Russell. He's a big fan of Kamala Harris. How many people do you need on one channel? You gotta get it. Not only do you get me, you get Mug Club with Crowder. You get Glenn Greenwald. He broke the Edward Snowden story. What do you want from people? You get Kim Iverson. It's all available to you in the Rumble chat. For a limited time, you can get 10 of your American dollars off, and you can use crypto, baby, using the promo code AIPAC. No, using the promo code BRAND. Visit rumble.com/brand and get your discount today. Together, we can turn the crimson tide of foaming propaganda and stay free together. Click the link. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.